Hello, welcome back to the channel, it's JPA here. In today's video I'm going to be discussing Rangers' massive 4-0 win against Dundee United. Just before getting into this video, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and we'll help this channel grow. We'll just get straight into this, guys. So as I said, the game finished Rangers 4, Dundee United 0. Goals come for Ryan Kent, James Tavernier, Kmart Roof and Scotty Arfield. We'll talk about a little bit about the game. I thought we started really brightly, really good. Our passing I thought was top notch throughout the game. It took us 13 minutes to score our first goal, but just before I'll tell you about that, I'll tell you about a couple of injuries that we had. Right before the game, Balogun was set to start in centre defence. He pulled up one injury, had to go up the tunnel before the game even started. So 20 minutes before the game, Hollander was told that he would be stepping in, despite the fact he was originally supposed to be rested because he played midweek for Sweden. Then unfortunately about 8 or 9 minutes into the game, Ryan Jack crumbled to the floor, signalled to come off. Looks like a calf problem. He was able to walk off, which is a good sign for us, but just 10 minutes in we've lost 2 players already. But then some good news, 13 minutes into the game we scored our first goal. Really good movement for a lot of our players. Ryan Kent picks up in midfield, passes out to Barisic, Barisic then passes it back into Kent. Kent then finds Hadji. Hadji holds it up, waits for the run of Ryan Kent and then nutmegs the Dundee United player. Forces the Kent and Ryan Kent in the box. He does a couple of step overs, completely fools the defender. The defender just doesn't know where to go, and eventually just smashes it in with his left foot past the goalkeeper. Really good finish. And a typical Kent finish. Just delighted with the way Ryan Kent's playing now. Playing with a lot of confidence. That's 4 goals now this season, and we've only played 7 games, so it's a pretty good return for a winger. I know we tend not to play wingers, but he's essentially an old-fashioned winger who'll just go after players and take them on and beat them. He likes to do that, and he's playing with a lot of confidence right now. So great to see after 13 minutes, 1-0. So 23 minutes into the game, time for another injury. This time Barker. Barker went off holding his hamstring. Looks to be a couple of weeks out, I would imagine that. Pretty disappointing because he was playing well up until that point. And that's what the third injury of the day, and we're all 23 minutes into the game. So just 6 minutes before half time we managed to get our second goal. That's, I think, really just killed Dundee United off at that point. Hadji finds Barisic on the left hand side, as pretty much every player can always find Barisic on the left hand side. His delivery yet again is quality. It does take a little slight deflection this time, but it finds Tavernier at the back post, who had run in, gambled, and the gamble paid off, tapped it in for his goal, which is on his 250th appearances. Fantastic. I actually seen a stat that he's scored 1 goal every 5 games. That's absolutely fantastic for a right back. His assists is like 1.3 average. It's just ridiculous stats for a right back. He's obviously our captain, and I know he gets a lot of stick, but I just want to say well done to Tavernier. He's absolutely outstanding to get to 250 games for Rangers at right back, and obviously a lot of them have been as captain, so well done to him. Just before half time, Dundee United came very close to breaking our defensive record that we've got. Corner came in and Nicky Clark jumped up ahead of McLaughlin. McLaughlin was in pretty much no man's land. Pretty much the only time I've ever been slightly worried about McLaughlin. I thought he's been solid in a lot of our games, and obviously he's a big reason that we've got this defensive record. But he got caught out there, and we were kind of lucky that it was Nicky Clark. If that had been a better header, it might have gone in. We would have lost that record. So it finished at half time, Rangers 2, Dundee United 0. In the second half we pretty much just continued where we left off. We created a really good chance. Morelos was involved in a lot of good play before obviously he went off injured, and I'll talk about that a wee bit later on. But we created a great opportunity where Tavernier crossed it in to the edge of the box. Kmart Roof plays a delightful little ball right inside to Morelos. Now Morelos 9 times out of 10 would probably just hit this, and most times it'd probably go into side netting, but he's got the awareness, and I think he's just playing with this little bit more confidence now. Squares it over to Ryan Kent. Ryan Kent, can he just quite sort his foot out and eventually goes wide, but it was a really good move for Rangers. So as I said, Morelos was playing really well, getting into good positions, and he wasn't really being greedy. He was passing a lot to his teammates and being more of a team player. I think Dundee United must have realised how well he was playing in the game, because in the 59th minute, a crunching tackle, ridiculously poor timed tackle, straight into his leg, straight studs, red card all day long for anybody watching it, and we've seen him go down. You've seen a replay of the tackle, and you've seen players surrounding the referee, and you're just waiting for him to make a decision, waiting for him to get the red card, which is the right decision to make. He doesn't get a red, he doesn't give a yellow, doesn't even warn the guy, and in fact the only player that was closest to being sent off was Barisic, who had already been on a booking, because he actually rightfully stuck up for Alfredo Morelos and went in and pushed the guy away. Had a couple of words with him, but Barisic and this guy had a talking to, and that was it. No decision, no red card or anything like that. Morelos has taken off on a stretcher, he's got a massive hole in his leg, you can actually see it. It's just a ridiculous tackle. Sick of Kevin Clancy doing this kind of thing, but you really do expect it now. From there we continued to dominate possession. There was a couple of chances in a couple of minutes where I'm going to talk about this. We literally just had them penned in. First of all, Hadji went through, unlucky not to score. His shot came back off the keeper, but we just kept up the momentum. Bassi had a chance at the other side, which was again saved by the keeper, but we just kept it up. Tavernier and Hadji again involved, getting the cross back in, and Bassi had another chance at the back post, and this was in a couple of minutes. It was like 2 or 3 quick succession, really good efforts for us, and we probably at least should have scored a couple more. 68 minutes on the clock and we got our third goal. Really good play again. Tavernier involved, played it into Ryan Kent. Ryan Kent backheeled it into the path of Arfield. Arfield drove forward to the edge of the box and took a shot, or was it a shot? Was it a cross? I don't know. Looked like a shot to me, but fair play to Kumar Roof. He's on the end of it. Striker's instinct, and he's put it in the back of the net. He's not waiting for whether this is going to go in or go wide from Arfield. He's getting that touch and he's scoring that goal. So 3-0. We tried a couple of chances, created really good opportunities. Stephen Davis played a good ball through to Kumar Roof, who found Arfield. Arfield hit a shot from the edge of the box, well saved. Just after that, Dundee United actually gave us a wee bit of a scare, and probably the closest we've come to losing this defensive record that we've got. Shot from the edge of the box, hit the top of the crossbar, came back out, and the player just decided to balloon it over the bar. A wee bit of a scary moment, but it didn't really phase the defence that much. It didn't really phase the team. In fact, we just continued to do what we were doing really good, which was creating opportunities, carving Dundee United open time and time again. The fourth goal came from Scotty Arfield, and I'll just tell you this quickly. Goldson gets the ball, plays it through midfield, beats about 4 or 5 Dundee United players in that build up, and it falls to Ryan Kent. Ryan Kent does a reverse pass in behind into Hadji. Really good play. Hadji has the presence of mind to hold it up, wait for the defender to kind of commit himself, and he passes it into Scotty Arfield. Arfield's coming into it. It just almost sweeps it into the net. Really good finish. Great move again for Rangers, and that's 4-0. Excellent play. That was it for our chances. Dundee United had a wee chance at the end. Shankland through wide. He probably could have scored, but John McLaughlin made a good save and keep that 7 clean sheets in a row intact. That's just brilliant. I mean, I've never really spoke about on today's video, but 7 clean sheets in a row for that defence. It's absolutely magnificent. John McLaughlin's been involved in pretty much most of them. I think it's probably about 6 that he's been involved in. I think McGregor was part of one of them at least, but McLaughlin's done well, and it's that same back 4, Barisic, Hilander, Goldson and Tav, and obviously Tav and Barisic have got licence to go forward now, because we've got the likes of Jack and Davis, or whether it's Kamara or whoever it is in that holding position. to just slot in when we've got the wing backs going forward. The only problem I've noticed with this, and my mate was talking about this yesterday, is when the two hold midfielders drop back into this sort of wing back area, if you like, it does leave a little bit of hole in the middle of the pitch. There's a lot of space for the opposition to drive into, but fortunately for us, 90% of the teams that we play against didn't seem to find that space because they're too busy camping in their own 6-yard box for that to really affect us. So 4-0 win, delighted with the display. I thought we could have got more goals. Even Gerrard said it after the game. We need to be more clinical. If you're looking at a game winning 4-0 and we need to probably score more goals, that can only be a good thing. I still think that a team's going to come here and we're going to absolutely hammer them. We're absolutely going to pump them 6, 7, 8-0, and I really do believe that. It just takes us to click, but you've got to remember, Itten isn't fit. Jermaine Defoe's to come back. Alfredo Morelos looks like he could be a key part of this attack if we hang on to him. Roof's starting to get better and better, so we've got a number of options there that just aren't quite clicking right now, but I do think they will come to fruition very, very soon, and I think we're due a team of real hammering. For me, man of the match has got to go to Stephen Davis. I thought he was excellent throughout the match. He just seems to find the right spaces at the right times, even when they're trying to, like the opposition are trying to build an attack. He's the first one there. He just blocks out everything, and he can always use a really good pass as well. His use of the ball is really, really good. And to come with a performance like that after the international break where he played, I think, most of the games, at his age he should be tired, but he just isn't. He just finds the right areas at the right times, and I thought he was absolutely magnificent. Special mention to pretty much every player that played, including the subs that came on. I thought Kamara was good when he came on. I thought Morelos was great when he came on. Bassey showed a little bit of promise on the left hand side when he came on, and Arfield was magnificent, obviously involved in 2 of the goals as well. I thought they were just great display. Hadji as well played great. Ryan Kent was unbelievable. Just performances all over the pitch, and I thought they were absolutely magnificent. So quickly before I go, I know this has been quite a long video, just want to talk about the referee. I thought, even that Morelos thing aside, I thought he was really, really poor, really inconsistent. I mean, Barisic, as I said, was booked. Barisic got booked for pulling a guy back, and now fair enough, it was a booking. But Dundee United did that time and time again throughout the game. Rangers players got past them, and it was just a pull of the shirt, grabbing them back, not allowing us to get any sort of fluidity in the game. And time again, the Dundee United players just got away with it. So I'm not moaning about Barisic being booked, but there should have been 8 or 9 separate instances where a Dundee United player did it and they never got booked for it. So really inconsistent from Clancy. You just kind of expect that level from him. And that's pretty much all I want to say on the referee. Didn't want to blame him because obviously we won the game, but it just frustrates me to see the level of bias that these referees are given. Normally I would say it's just a bad performance for the referee. For me that of the day just wasn't. I thought it was very biased against Rangers, if I'm honest. I'm going to end the video there, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.